What is up? Ladies and gentlemen of the online family, JamiroFan 2000 here with yet another episode of JamiroFan Talks About. This, of course, has been my periodic discussion series of nearly 10 years here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel, looking at the past, present, and future of over 30 years of Jamiroquai. In this episode, finally some finality, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and opinions on the new second version of the 9th Jamiroquai album track that just had its debut at the European Summer Festival Tour. So far, in 2 tour dates removed out of Denmark and, of course, France of the 9th Jamiroquai album track. Of course, I'm talking about Disco Stays the Same. The original version 1 of this 9th Jamiroquai album song, of course, was debuted back in 2025 amongst the Heels of Steel Tour 2025 for Jamiroquai and points around the UK. But I thought I'd finally do another episode of JamiroFan Talks About to give you my final thoughts on this new track, given that the second version is now out there in its entirety in recordings. Now, to start off this episode of JamiroFan Talks About, I'm going to do like I did in a recent special episode here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel, with playing both of the versions of the 2025 and 2026 new version of that 9th Jamiroquai album track here in this episode of JamiroFan Talks About, which will be preceding this episode right here. But I want to send a massive thank you to a member of the family by the name of Michael Byers, who contributed their live audio recording from Tinderbox and, of course, from the recent gig in France of the second version of Disco Stays the Same. So coming up now is going to be the 2025 version in an audio clip, and then followed by the 2026 version 2 version in an audio clip too. And massive thank you to Michael Byers for allowing me to share his audio recording here on JamiroFan Talks About. So here we are. Here is the 2025 followed by the 2026 version 1 and version 2 live versions of the 9th Jamiroquai album track, The Disco Stays the Same. Enjoy.
you know, it's kind of there. But, you know, we've got to mix it, you know, this shit takes time. So, it will be early next year. But what I will say is, you guys are going to hear 3 things off it before anybody else. So there we go. Anyway, let's go back to 1997. When I was young and free, and I didn't have a care in the world. How life changes. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay guys, are you ready for it? We're gonna get down to some good old road fun. That's what we're gonna do.
And there you go. Though there are both versions 1 and 2 of Disco Stays the Same from the 2025 Heels of Steel tour, and of course the recent beginning of the first 2 tour dates of the 2026 tour season for Jamiroquai of the second version of Disco Stays the Same. And now on to my thoughts about the second version. Now, what made Disco Stays the Same out of the gate originally so amazing was it had some of the most complex transitional compositional structure I've seen in a Jamiroquai song, going all the way back to songs like Automaton back in 2017. Now, obviously, JK, there have been many rumors swirling or opinions swirling within the online family about why the song in question had major compositional and transitional changes. Some have said it was probably pressure for BMG to try to attract a younger audience towards Jamiroquai's music, given that it seems like the demographic split in the current live crowds is more young, out of discovering virtual sanity on social media kind of derived young age, more than the old OJs of the online family. But I just kind of think Jamiroquai and JK wanted to change things up, and I'm not saying that Disco Stays the Same was what caused Jamiroquai's ninth album, to go back into an editing process and then go back into mastering. As for the new Disco Stays the Same, it's pretty impressive, the major compositional and transitional changes that were changed to the song. I'm hearing, and many members of the Jamly have urged this opinion about musical influences that seem to be reverberating on the second version of Disco Stays the Same more over than the original version. Like I said, I really like the original version one because of the radical transitional and complexual directions they were going with on that track. Lyrically, it's a perfect song. And of course, it was a standout out of, at least at the time, the 3 known ninth Jamiroquai album songs that had been aired live. Now, in the second version, I'm hearing Supertramp, I'm hearing Electro-like Orchestra, mostly on the choice of synth and keyboard-derived rearrangements that have been done in this new version of Disco Stays the Same. And many members of the Jamly that I've read in opinions, mostly on social media, kind of parallel with me on that opinion. And like I said, a lot of Jamiroquai's radical departures that they do in their music do require at least 4 to 5 listen-throughs first out of the gate to get a full mental and auditory grasp of the dramatic changes that they have done. As for me, like I said, there's 2 different camps when it comes to Disco Stays the Same, at least in the online Jamly and opinions. There's a version 1 and a version 2 camp. I'm kind of slowly weaning myself into liking version 2 more than version 1. Yes, I know that seems a little bit crazy, but Jamiroquai has had a history of test marketing or trying out new songs live, and if they don't get repeated in performance in later gigs, then that means they didn't work, or they're just on the cutting room floor. Disco Stays the Same, like I said, was one of the big standouts for the ninth Jamiroquai album before we even learned about Disco Kid from the Devil Wears Prada 2 soundtrack. But overall, I think the changes actually make a lot of logical sense. I listened to the second version, if you're wondering, to me, so I make a fair assessment, so you can get a little bit of parameter on how I'm weighing this. I listened to the new version at least 4 to 5 times, and then I finally saw, or at least auditorily in my brain, I saw that these changes weren't maybe not much of a necessity, but kind of wanted to pervase the continued history of Jamiroquai, changing things up dramatically in their music and their composition and their song structure. Now, I'm not saying that the new version is better than the first version, but it's something different. And you slowly realize while listening to the song more and more, at least the version 2, that the changes kind of work. It kind of fits the electro pop construct that a lot of the other songs like Queen Machine and maybe not so much Shadow in the Night, because Shadow in the Night is kind of right out of the gate perfect Jamiroquai. This is the kind of song that we expect from Jamiroquai. And I should note, and some eagle-eyed members of the Jamly, especially my friend CM Funk over on Facebook, did note that it seems like Shadow in the Night had a little bit of cosmetic compositional changes within it, at least in the 2026 version. And if you do look at Disco Stays the Same from version 2025 to 2026, there are very soft, subtle changes in that song as well. So these people who thought that Disco Stays the Same would be the only ninth Jamiroquai song to go through radical compositional and transitional changes, you'll be sorely disappointed. they changed stuff in Shadow in the Night too, even with how perfect it is, and it being the song that I declared the best song melody I've heard since going all the way back to 2006, 7 Days in Sunny June. And I do not make comments like this lightly. I, of course, been in the Jamley for over 30 years, and, this is just my opinions, but of course, a lot of people's opinions of this radical change if disco stays the same have been going 50-50 right now. And I did articulate to Jamiroquai HQ official social media about our thoughts, and I'm sure they're reading the comments and watching the videos and all the opinions over the new music. But I think Disco Stays the Same is better. Yes, better than it was in the original version. Even with how dirty Futura funk it was, kind of softening off the edges in the second version did make some sense, and I do like it. And I'm sure I'm going to be liking version 2 more than version 1 the more I keep listening to it. But overall, I think they did a very good job with this. I think they, like I said, more synth smoothing around the edges, more vocal structures going a little more soft into loud into soft. I think it all, overall, it really does work. I really like it. And like I said, I'm sure once the album version comes out, and I have had it confirmed to me by Jamiroquai HQ official social media that this new version 2 live version that is going to be debuted throughout this first tour leg salvo of the European Summer Festival Tour will be the album version that we'll be hearing in the album, or something close. And this is their verbiage, something close to what we'll be hearing on the album version once Jamiroquai Album 9 finally is released sometime in the autumn of 2026. But I'm sure that information and all that pertinent updating will be coming very, very soon down the pipeline. But overall, I really like the new Disco Stays the Same version 2. And I can't say it's better than the version 1 or version 2. Everything in music, especially with bands like Jamiroquai, everything is a work in progress. And for people who think something is going to stay the same, Jamiroquai's original songs didn't stay the same in the 2025 tour, and they certainly didn't stay the same here in the 2026 tour. A lot of Jamiroquai's classic songs, just an example of their music ever changing, a lot of original Jamiroquai songs have had other influences of other Jamiroquai songs bleed into or going into other standard Jamiroquai songs. So every Jamiroquai song on their discography of over 34 years of music is always up to being modified, changed, and made even better. So that is why Jamiroquai is such a rare band, a rarefied element of a band in music, because they are always changing their sounds, even with established songs getting radical changes for the live crowds as a special attraction. And I love that about Jamiroquai. And in the case of Disco Stays the Same, I think the new version is going to be absolutely awesome once we can hear a studio album version of it. But for right now, in the live arena, in this 2026 tour, I think Jamiroquai did a damn good job on this new song. And that's my opinion, with some finality, about my thoughts on version 2 of Disco Stays the Same. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. I hope you enjoyed this episode of JamiroFan Talks About. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe, and ding the bell on your YouTube. Stay up to date on all the latest new content coming to the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel as we keep rolling through the European Summer Festival tour leg for Jamiroquai and their ever-busy tour schedule for 2026. But as always, this is JamiroFan 2000, and I'll see you again really soon with more Jamiroquai-related videos here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Exciting times, and I'll see you around.